Crossroads. Each week, Chevrolet presents a true story based on the actual experiences of American clergymen, pastor, priest, or rabbi. The men who give inspiration and guidance to people at the crossroads of life. Tonight, The Happy Gift, starring Richard Carlson in the story of Rabbi Avraham Soltes, now of Glen Ridge, New Jersey.
Owner brought him back with him.
Okay, so it's cops. All we're doing is feeding nickels in that jukebox. I'm all for getting my nickels worth. Hey!
So I asked them nicely, very nicely. Please, I say, I'd like you kids to come here any time you want. But now it's time I gotta close and go home. So what do? They say, Dominic, we like you too. You are a very nice guy. But we don't want to keep you up. You go home and get your rest. And then they throw me right out of my own place.
Let me go!
Wait a minute.
Go, I mean, you're hurting me.
Now, nobody's hurting you, young lady.
Thanks for the assist. I'm Sergeant Lennon of the Juvenile Division. Just returning the girl to the home.
I saw you running, Sheila. Does that mean you don't want to come back to us? Well, you don't have to, you know. If you don't like it here at the school, you might try juvenile home. They have guards there and high fences. It won't be so easy for you to run away. But you'll be able to associate with girls like yourself. Go to your room and stay there.
I'd like to talk to you about Sheila, Mrs. Kramer.
Yes?
Well, may we go to your office?
You can say all I listen to right here.
This is the third time we've had to return Sheila to the home.
And you're going to tell me how I should handle her.
No, but somebody should.
You're not with them?
No, I'm not.
Then you've had all the free show you're going to get.
But I haven't introduced myself.
I'm not interested in meeting you.
Well, unfortunately, perhaps for both of us, I'm afraid that can't be avoided. I'm your new rabbi.
Come in. Harry! Harry!
Yes?
This is the new rabbi, Harry. Rabbi,
Soltes. Avraham Soltes.
Oh, this is Harry, my husband. He's one of our instructors. He'll show you around the school and let you meet the teachers. When you're through, bring him back to my office. I want to have a talk. What's expected of you here, Rabbi? I'll be in Sheila's room.
Excuse me, Mrs. Kramer. I'm sure the teachers can wait to meet me. I'm very anxious to see your school.
Going with Harry, now.
No. Right now, I'd like to go with you to have a talk with Sheila.
So how do you like Rabbi Soltes? Seems like a nice young man.
Too young. Too nice. Too nice looking for a school full of young girls. We have enough trouble with him.
Oh, but he's a rabbi.
He wears pants. And he can't forget that he wears pants. If he wants to stay here, he should remember this is my school. I've been running it for 19 years, long before he was in knee pants. And I don't need him to tell me how to run it. Now, he's just the rabbi, not the superintendent.
Or did he make trouble with Sheila?
He had too much to say. Why, you'd think doing what she did was something to be proud of.
But No one was hurt by it.
You sound just like that, Rabbi. No one was hurt. Do you think it does the school good to have our girls sneak away, be picked up? Do you think I want the police asking questions, telling me how to run my school?
No, I'm
Well,
here.
that's what it'll be unless that rabbi learns to keep in his place.
Winter, summer, fall, and spring. Yet whenever he comes home, he brings us gifts and things. Bringing a puppy dog that barks, and his name is Susick. Bringing a little boy that neighs, and his name is Moosick.
Hey, that sounds pretty good to me. Were you all singing?
Yes.
Well, look, why don't we organize this thing? Like, why don't we start a choir? You think the other girls would like that?
Oh, I'm sure we would.
All right. I'll put up a notice on the bulletin board. Choir tryouts tomorrow afternoon after school. You kind of spread the word around, will you?
Sure.
Okay, is it a date?
Yes.
All right, I'm counting on you. See you tomorrow afternoon. Sheila. Sheila, I'd like to talk to you for a minute. You didn't seem very enthusiastic about that choir idea. Any special reason?
I don't sing.
Oh, I can't believe that. All girls sing. You ever tried?
I've tried.
Well, maybe you didn't have anybody to help you. It's easy and it's fun. Look, there's a piano in here in the study hall. Let's try it. Come on. Here, try this. You know it. Larger, longer, make the dance ring stronger. God has brought me great delight. What's the matter? You don't dig that beat?
Cornball.
How about this? Oh, you dig that rhythm, huh?
Make my dark days sunny bright.
It's all right as long as you get the message.
All your might. Da 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 da. How she stands her tune. What joy, what delight. Da 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 da. Costly wines, delicious fish. Oh, my daughter, give a kiss. Da 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 da.
Mrs. Kramer!
Hey, who said you couldn't sing? You've got a lovely voice. It's a gift. It's a happy gift. Now, let's try it again.
I think once was sufficient. Go to my office, Sheila. There's someone there to see you. Tell me, Rabbi, is this how you propose to bring God to these young women?
It's one way, Mrs. Kramer.
Not in my school.
Look, there's nothing sinful about music and singing.
I don't call that music.
Well, that's a matter of personal opinion.
For the last time, Rabbi, I am in charge of the education of these children. If you can't accept that fact, you will have to be replaced.
It isn't anything to cry about, Sheila. It's just a work permit that you gotta sign if you're going to work for Mr. Gross.
I don't want his job. I don't want anything to do with sewing machines. I hate them.
It's a living, Sheila, and it's decent. Next month you get out of school and you gotta do something.
Well, I don't want to sew. For Mr. Gross or anybody.
I'm your mother, Sheila. It's been good enough for me.
Has it?
Sheila,
Rabbi Soltes, this is my mother, Mrs. Kay.
how do you do?
How do you do?
Won't you tell her?
Tell her what?
Oh, about my voice, what you said. It was a gift.
It is a gift.
Well, tell her I don't have to stay at a sewing machine all day and get like her.
Sheila, she's your mother.
I know. But look at her. Look what it's done to her. I want something else. I want to sing. like you said.
Why, I think that's an excellent solution to the problem, Rabbi, don't you? Sheila doesn't want to be a garment maker like her mother. She doesn't want to work with her hands at a grubby old sewing machine. So you'll get her a job as a singer. I'm sure she'll be a big star in no time with you guiding her career, Rabbi. Where will she start, in nightclubs or in television? Or can you get her a contract in Hollywood? But when will she go to work? That's the big question, Rabbi. We can't keep her here after her birthday next month.
No, well, it can't be that soon, of course.
Well, how soon?
I can't tell you that, Sheila.
Maybe never? Wouldn't you say that was a fair estimate, too? Maybe she'd never get a job as a singer. You can't guarantee anything, can you?
No, of course not, but...
Sheila!
No,
Sheila!
Kay, don't you worry about Sheila now. We'll have her on that job. Well, Rabbi.
I don't understand you, Mrs. Kramer. I don't understand why you like to crush people, what pleasure it gives you.
I don't crush them. They're crushed before they come here. I just don't like building dream castles for these children, making pledges I can't fulfill. Life is very grim and very real for them. It only hurts them to have their eyes open to a life they can't touch. Let this be your lesson, Rabbi.
Mrs. Kramer, one question, so that I may fully understand this lesson.
Yes?
Why? Why can't these children touch this better life? What law of God or man says that they can't?
I say they can't.
Sheila, I'm sorry, Sheila. I think you better come along with me.
Hey, now, look, mister, I don't know who you
I'm
are, but...
Sheila's rabbi, if that means anything to you.
So, go preach a sermon someplace else.
Wow, tough kid, huh? What's your name?
Regan, what's it to you?
What parish? Father Brendan?
Father Venturi.
Father Venturi, huh? Wonder what he'd think if he saw you strutting around here like a tough young ape.
You tell him, Rabbi. Maybe that'll keep you busy. Come on, we're gonna get out of here.
I'm sorry. I'm taking Sheila back to school.
Well, it's up to you. Say the word and we'll run over him.
Now stay there. Come on, Sheila.
No, not the front door. It's locked anyway. Back this way. My private entrance. The kitchen window's got a broken lock. It must be stuck.
Oh, here. Let me help you.
I wouldn't if I were you. I think you better use the front door. Your room. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Mrs. Kramer.
I think we understand each other, Rabbi Soltes. I have no intention of listening to an explanation of why or how you happen to be helping one of our girls sneak back into school after midnight. And I have every intention of calling the department tomorrow morning to have you replaced. Good night, Rabbi Soltes.
It is sinful to hate, but noble to forgive.
It is sinful to hate, but noble to forgive.
Good. Now, Mr. Kramer. Girls, read over page 7 again. See if you can find 5 ways that Moses says we can practice the commandment, love thy neighbor as thyself.
Only stay a minute, Rabbi. Mrs. Kramer will be worried.
She knows you're here?
No, this is my idea. I wanted to talk to you about Sheila.
What about her?
She ran away this morning.
Not again.
Different this time, Rabbi. She left a note to her mother. First time she ever did that.
What'd the note say?
Goodbye. That's all. Mrs. Kramer's worried. She called the police. They haven't found her. It's been since this morning. Almost 8 hours.
Mm-hmm. All right, girls. Class is dismissed. We'll pick up with Leviticus again tomorrow morning.
And out in all this rain, there's no telling what will happen to her.
No. Well, you better go before Mrs. Kramer starts worrying about you.
Yeah, you're right. She wouldn't like it if she knew I was here.
No, I'm afraid she wouldn't.
But she's not really a bad woman, Rabbi.
Harry, there's no such thing.
You have to understand, Mrs. Kramer. Maybe if we could have had children of our own, she'd be different. But the school is her whole life. All she has to show for it is the record she made there.
Well, don't you worry about Mrs. Kramer or about her record.
You think you'll find Sheila?
Somebody will. Might as well be me.
How did you find me, Rabbi?
Sheila told me this is where you two meet.
Okay. They find her yet?
Well, you knew she'd run away from school again.
The cops have been around. Just because she and I were picked up once together, they gave me the treatment. Now, you'd think I'd kidnapped her or something. Hey, give me another hamburger, huh? The works?
You better make that hamburger to go.
Oh, now, look, Rabbi, stop pushing me. I don't know anything about Sheila or where she is, and I'm not about to walk across the street to find out.
Stopped raining.
Yeah?
Another hamburger?
Good, thanks. 3's my limit. There he is over there.
You get out of here. I don't want to have any more trouble with you.
Now, Simba Don, you never had any trouble with me. If you hadn't gone for the cops, it would have been the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Smart kid, smart tongue.
Dominic.
Yeah? And who are you? You come with him? Well, then you can go back with him, too. I don't serve your kind of people.
No, I don't suppose you do, Dominic. I'm Rabbi Soltes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right, that's all right. We're looking for a young lady. The first time you saw her, she came in here with Carl.
Oh, that one. Oh, she's a pretty, dark hair, and is poor dressed. Not like the other girls?
That's the one. She been in here today? Well, it looks like we just struck out, Rabbi. I've taken you every place I ever took her.
Let's go.
It's your idea. It sounded good. Just didn't pay off.
Carl, you didn't eat all those hamburgers. They're gone. I'm sure they were on the seat here when we went inside.
Maybe somebody needed them more than we did. Look, if you're hungry, we can go back into Dominic's and get a sandwich or something.
That phone booth.
Yeah?
Lights out. Door's closed, but the light's on. Throw your spotlight on it. Sheila.
I thought it was the police.
Here, come on, young lady. Come on.
Sick girl.
I probably should have taken her directly to a hospital, huh?
Well, we can do as much for her here as they could do there. Massive shots of antibiotics, rest, all that can be done.
Well, perhaps not quite all.
Forgive me, Rabbi. I forgot.
Yeah, it's all right. Most people do. I guess God must be used to it. doctor says you can see Sheila in a few minutes. I'll go up with you.
Oh, how can I thank you for finding her, Rabbi?
You can thank him for her running away at the same time, Mrs. Kay. It was his fault. He should have found her. Whatever happens to her, you can thank him.
Oh, now, Rebecca.
It's the truth. If he hadn't come here, filled her head with that nonsense about singing, helped her break the rules.
Are you quite finished, Mrs. Kramer?
No. I've been running this school for nearly 20 years. This is the first time anyone has ever questioned my authority, and it's the first time anything like this has ever happened. I think anyone could draw the proper conclusion.
I have, for one. Mrs. Kramer, I didn't bring trouble with me to this school. The trouble was already here. And I think I know why.
I'm not interested in your half-baked theory.
I think you'd better be.
Are you again telling me what to do?
No. I'm just giving you a balance sheet. The credits and the debits, the good and the bad. You see, Mrs. Kramer, you've taught these children how to get along. You've taught them a vocation so they can feed themselves when they get out of here. But in all those years, I think you should have learned something from the children. That to a child, love is much more important than a toothbrush or a comb. Come on. You go on up to Sheila's room. It's all right, it's all right. You go on up. I'll be right there.
You know so much about everything, don't you?
No. I'm only telling you what I see, Mrs. Kramer. About anything else I say, I could be very wrong.
Well, say it.
Perhaps you didn't want to learn from these children. Because you couldn't have children of your own. Perhaps for that reason you took out your resentment on the children of others. As I say, I could be wrong about this. If I'm not, I feel very sorry for you as a rabbi. And as a fellow human being, I feel just a little shame.
Don't mind her, Rabbi. What I told you this afternoon, that's all it is with her. She does her best.
I know she does, Harry, I know. In 20 years, she's taken in a lot of children here. Given them a home when their own homes were broken. That's a great work, Harry.
There's a lot of good in Rebecca.
Of course there is. A lot of good in you, too, Harry. You've learned from these children. You've learned how much they need love. Maybe it's not too much to hope that that same lesson will get through to Mrs. Kramer.
I'll look in tomorrow morning, but I think she's out of trouble.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll look in tomorrow morning, too. I want to talk to you again about that voice of yours, what we can do about it. How would you like to sing in the temple choir?
Do you really mean it?
Mm-hmm. I've already talked to the cantor about it. He thinks it's a wonderful idea.
Oh, now you can forget about that sewing machine.
I really meant what I said the other night.
The other night, but I thought you lost your job because of me.
No. Rabbi's never out of work. There's too much work to be done. Doesn't matter where he does it.
I'm glad I heard you say that, Rabbi Soltes. I've been wondering how I could ask you to stay here. Because there is work to be done with the school. And with me. After 20 years, I guess I've got a lot to learn.
Mrs. Kramer, I guess that's the most important lesson there is to be learned.
Then you will stay?
Haha. You'll have to burn down the school to get rid of me.
Stories for Crossroads are selected by our Board of Advisors. Captain Maurice M. Witherspoon, Father George B. Ford, and Dr. William F. Rosenblum.